Well, well, well. Welcome to Blast Overtime, your favorite late night talk show with me and Maui. Did so great. We invited him back again. Maui, thank you so much for joining us.
I'm just happy to be here.
And Jay Championship.
No, Jay Legend.
Jay Legend.
Jay Legend in the building.
Let's get it out of the way, man.
I'm also happy to be here.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Fucking congratulations, man. It's an amazing thing that you did. And I want to say, after we casted the Gamer Legion match, you know, your spirits must have been so down. And then to come into the NIP match and beat an even higher ranked team, how's that feel?
Feels amazing. I mean, we're only down after the Gamer Legion game for a few hours.
Okay.
And we realized that we didn't play her game, not at all. We played like 5 vaginas. And we realized if we want to go through the champion stage, we need to play like men and we need to have balls. Like, we have nothing to lose. We're already past the things we've past our expectations. There's nothing to lose. Just go, kill, play, and that's it.
A lot of testosterone on that team. I noticed that you are pretty aggressive for your team, you and Jacob. How do you keep it up? I feel like that role is just so high variance. So how do you keep going?
I think it's really important to start fast and aggressive, and then it's much easier to maybe calm down later on. But if you start slow, it's hard to go fast. But if you start fast, you can keep going fast, and then, yeah.
That's how a car works.
That's true. There are physics involved. Jay Legend, I want to ask about the 3K.
On shirt?
You know what 3K that was?
Yes.
Did you know 3 were coming, or were you just ready in case and you still hit it on the reaction?
To be honest,
Yeah.
I was shitting myself because I heard them coming.
Yeah.
And I'm just pressing mouse 1 and they're just dying. I didn't even aim for a single second. I just had my crosshair placed and I was mouse 1, mouse 1, mouse 1. That's it. And my hands, after that 3K, my hands were shaking because I knew it was really good.
Yeah.
And it was 4v3 for us. I was like,
Yeah.
whoo, sheesh.
It was 3v5 for a second, and then you did that. So I think his head trick hit the 2K op on the denial, and then you came in and got those kills. So, yeah, the game rested on all these individual points because you made a 14-3 comeback. I don't know in terms of the history of comebacks and majors, but that's got to be up there. That's got to be a top 5 comeback, you know, if not top 3 in terms of just straight rounds. So amazing stuff. Did you know that at one point in the match, Config had a buy zone?
No, but someone from my friends said, wow, 17-15, I think it was. And he was like, he bought a bison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was flanking through spawn, but then Alexi got 2 kills in cave and you never saw it, I think. So I think it's for the best.
You know that round where you guys like pinched T-spawn thinking you were going to find head trick there?
Yes.
You want to know what happened?
He timed Tim, knock, in
Yes.
A main.
Yeah.
We knew it. Yeah.
Okay, you figured it out. All right. I thought I was going to have the big, reveal like in Scooby-Doo where I get the,
That's right.
where I get the girl.
You got any other questions?
We can go again.
I guess another thing. Okay, JL, biggest topic for me at this major has been Tier 2 CS, Tier 2 in air quotes, CS, trumping a lot of Tier 1 CS. I've had reasons that I've brought up on broadcast as to why I think that is, but I want to hear in your words before I even get into my side of things because I don't want to bias your opinion on it. Why do you think Tier 2 CS is on the rise?
I think they're just not ready to play Tier 2. I mean, Tier 1 players they're not ready to play Tier 2 because their game is very strategic. And, of course, our game is as well, but they're just not ready for the hype. We're all individually insane Tier 2 players, and it's really hard to shoot back. And if we shoot better than them, it's very simple because they expect like slow CS and very methodical. And sometimes we as Tier 2 players, we just go, let's do this, and we do it. It was not set beforehand, and it works. And you just continue on. And it's very easy to surprise Tier 1 teams, actually.
I want to build on that a little bit because, Thomas, you had him on the desk earlier, and he had like a similar answer where he said, like, our team's been together for 3 months. If we play the exact same way they play, then we're going to lose. So we have to surprise them and change up a lot of stuff. So if you mirror that sentiment, in your opinion, if you continued on and you got to get better, would you slowly adapt and end up the same way a Tier 1 team is playing today? Or do you think that you would still be a very similar team to the way you are now?
I think we'll be similar to the way we are now because it's our identity and this is who we are in the Apex squad. And we just would build on top of that. We'd add new protocols and we'd play just better CS and we get to know each other better. And I think people try to play CS2 perfectly and it's not supposed to be that way. Well, you need to play a feeling.
Okay. But do you think, and this is my read on it, I think that Tier 2 CS actually creates more efficiencies quicker in live matches than Tier 1 CS. I'll point out one example from your guys' Ancient versus Nips is that one thing you guys do a lot is you guys on gun rounds will molly top B ramp, like your B, I think kicksan on your B defaults, and you like also NIP when they run out mid, they like to smoke elbow at their feet a lot, like over half the rounds, and it kind of wastes the smoke. Because,
Yeah.
And so you guys don't do that very often. Maybe like 1 in 5 gun rounds you'll do that, and I think like those little like margins that you beat them out on, that you kind of create a pocket for yourself in like B lane, and you also don't waste that smoke early on in the round. Like those actually pay off when you're getting all these reps in over and over again. So do you think there are more efficiencies in Tier 2 CS? Like you're using nades better than them. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, Kuben, our coach, is really good at this, and he's also saying, why you smoke here? You don't need to save it. You can use it for later pressure or whatever. And I think we as Apex realize that there's no need to throw random utility. If, for example, I have a set strat to take mid, for example, we smoke elbow and then we flash out. And if there's no Molotov, why would we smoke? So we'll just go out and that's it. But I think Tier 1 CS is very set. So you have to smoke here, you have to molly there, and that's where Tier 2 CS thrives.
In this major, you're going to play against Liquid in the quarterfinals. I think, some people would like playing versus Liquid over a team like Heroic playing against FaZe. Is this one of your more favored opening matchups in your eyes? Like, what's your opinion on playing this quarter?
I haven't had much time to think about it, but I think Team Liquid is a good match for us. I think, any probably Tier 1 mid CS is a good matchup for us because they're not ready for not hype, but for the aggression. And, we played Liquid on Ancient. Of course, they had some bad moments for them. They needed some time to get going, but I think it's a good match for us.
If you take yourself out of the playoff bracket and try to predict what happens next, if there was one other story of the other team, say Monty, Gamer Legion, do you think that they have a chance of progressing through the quarter? Do you think there's an off chance that they make it to the final?
Okay, so the bracket is Heroic FaZe,
Heroic
Monty, Gamer
FaZe,
Legion,
yes, Monty, Gamer Legion,
and then we have Team Vitality and
Into the Breach.
Into the Breach,
And then you versus
Liquid.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Monty is going to have that. They're going to progress onto the semifinal. I think FaZe has hit a new level. Maybe they got some motivation because it's the stage and whatever. And we know that Heroic is maybe an all-iron team. I'm not saying it from a bad heart or to be
Well, they
rude,
made a lot of grand finals on LAN, They've got 4 grand finals this year.
But you think FaZe has got their number when it comes to stadiums?
I think so. I think so, yes. I think FaZe are much better than that. And like the way they're playing now, I really like it. If they fix some mistakes, wow. This game against Na'Vi today, I was in awe watching it.
Okay, how closely were you watching that one? Because I had something I wanted to bring up too. Because you guys have a sick Anubis, and I feel like FaZe's Anubis honestly wasn't that sick. It was individuals that were carrying them in that,
Yes.
and their nade control was almost behind the times.
Yes, I completely agree.
Okay.
But I just really liked how the individual were playing. Maybe I'm not looking at that detailed because I had that game going on later on.
Yeah.
But it was still nice to see how well they were shooting. And of course, like Anubis, not many teams play Anubis. And I think it's a good punish pick for any team. And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
So you think in a studio, if you played FaZe on Anubis, you'd beat him?
Any map would beat them.
I love it. Okay, I love
Yeah.
it. Jay Legend right there. Jay Legend right there.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, man. So, like, this is the last chance to get to, top 8 at CSGO Major, to attempt to play this. How long have you been playing CSGO? How long have you been a pro? And how long have you actually played on Apex?
It's almost a year that I
Almost a
played in
year,
Apex.
okay.
But I've played CS for like 7 years. But I think like 3 years ago, I realized I could actually become pro.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my 3rd year of CS. So the change happened pretty fast. And what was the question?
I guess I was sort of wondering, like, were you at the point in your career where you expected to get this far, or is it sort of a nice surprise? You earned it, but is this sort of like getting there even faster than you thought you could?
I didn't expect it was going to be that fast. To be honest, I thought I'll get to this moment at like 25. But I'm super happy. Like, who expected Apex to go to playoffs? Even we didn't expect it, and it's like amazing. And
Yeah.
It's the last major of CSGO. We play in the arena, and it's super nice.
Do you think the nerves change in an arena? I think over the years, earlier on, there was always like LAN versus online and like teams choking and stuff like that. But it feels like sometimes you'll take a team from a group stage, they go into an arena, and there's no nerves at all. Like they are playing one-to-one with how they played. Like, do you have to ask yourself that question, what it's going to look like when you play in the Acor Arena with a stadium full of fans, or playing that style of CS where, comms are going to be missing, there's going to be less footsteps and that sort of thing?
Actually, I think we can thrive in that situation because, I mean, we play off a lot of, momentum, and the momentum drives us. I mean, if we don't hear communication, that other team also cannot hear communication, and you can use it to your advantage. And we have pretty good T sides lately, and I mean, we can thrive on that. So, yeah.
We can actually prove whether or not they have good communication because we've got a TeamSpeak waiting. Let's take a listen.
With you, Damian. Window is open.
Open main.
You can fight.
Coming out donut. One more donut. Donut and main up.
I'm gonna molly.
Up. A main.
I'm on the side.
Chaos or not?
Default.
Chaos.
No.
Chaos. Go. Side.
Chaos.
This side.
One
Dead.
dead. Default.
Default and A main.
Default,
No
dead.
time.
Aim,
No time.
No
time.
time.
I'm playing time. Nice! We keep going, boys!
We have
Hey,
both
that's
one
me.
team that's going.
Yeah.
Get the bomb
Molling.
down.
Molling. I'm gonna plant right side.
Yes.
I'm gonna sit here now.
Close. Nice.
Nice. One
One
short.
city.
One short. Short dead.
Nice.
I have
Hey,
to
one more China. China.
1 HP, China! Full HP.
And he got off the plant here. I think he actually...
That was me who made that. Oh,
Your energy is, you can see it. You can see it. You wear your heart on your sleeve, energy-wise. I mean, the comms, those were two of the craziest rounds, and the comms were pretty damn clean, I would say.
Those were super hectic moments for sure. How did Kicksan help the comms? Like, you were there when Stico was leading. Kicksan comes in from Blue Jays, another tier 2 team, and it feels like everything has just changed for you guys.
Kristen's a fucking beast. I mean, maybe he's not like, I'm not even kidding. I love that guy, and he brings so many new things to us. And working with Kuben, it's really like building us all as players. I mean, maybe Jake and Stigo and Nock are like experienced, but me and Kicksan are new to this game, and it's super good for us that we have such a good duo between the coach and the in-game leader. And it's just building as players. It's not just we make new strategies or whatever. We're actually improving as players. And I think Kicksan is going to be a really great in-game leader during his career. He has the mindset, now he needs to become a leader, and it's going to be fucking amazing.
That's great. We need more stories like that. And with you guys, we talked to Jacob, or Jacob talked about this a little bit, that he's never been more happy to play with a team, with an organization, playing at home. Do you guys feel that energy from Jacob as he talked about his past experiences with playing with the Renegades and then coming home? And has he talked about that with you guys, how much happier he is to do it, to come to play with a Norwegian org?
Actually, he hasn't talked about it much, but I've noticed it because when we started to play together, we had shocks and Stico was in-game leading. He was not very happy, I can tell you that much. I mean, I didn't notice it. I thought this is just Jacob because we met at that start of the lineup. And once we got Kicksan and he was in-game leading, like he was happier than, I don't know, like, he was super happy. You can see the joy in his face when he's playing. Of course, maybe not practice, but we play like official games on bootcamp. You can see him smiling. He's enjoying the game once again. And even in the major, look how sick he's performing.
That's a great review. I mean, would you say then that Kicksan is the sort of the big change that brought everything together? You have the players as individuals, but you really needed that fresh IGL?
I think so. Like, he gives space for us to do whatever we want. I mean, of course, at certain timings, but like we have the freedom to thrive in our roles. For example, Jacob is an aggressive player. We can take Agent as an example. Kicksan doesn't go like, let's take middle, we go window, we go B or whatever. Jacob is the one kind of making that plan when he's in middle. He said how to take middle. If he has some space, let's do this and that. We can go into B split, and if I kill him here, we can go back to A. Like, players are making these calls. It's not just the in-game leader, and it goes for every single one of us.
I'm starting to hear that more and more from teams. It feels like, I mean, even think of Hooksy coming into G2. I think a lot of people were raving about him because he just gave the players space. What do you think that is? Is this some kind of trend where basically it's almost like IGL should just do less now? Because I even heard DJL's talked about this and Alexi B kind of like their relationship a while back. Like Alexi was probably microing too much, and then they said, okay, we're going to give more space. And NIP, obviously you guys just beat them, but they look like a much better team than the start of the season. Is that some kind of just overall trend? Like, are IGLs, what are IGLs then, I guess, providing if they're giving so much space? Where is the limit there? What's the guidance?
I think in-game leaders start around, like, they tell you how it looks, for example. I want to take, let's take middle, and we see where it goes from there. Because I think it's way past that time where you go like, oh, let's go execute A. I mean, it doesn't work because the CTs will maybe push highway, push middle. They have information, they'll stack it, and it doesn't work. And I think it's really good that the Ingrid leaders are realizing that, because I think that's just the way to go. It's more interesting as a player to play the game, and it drives you to improve. Watch demos, like create something, and you feel like you're really thriving as a player.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's so far fewer executions. And Alexi's style is actually sort of unique on Vertigo. That T side, for example, so many fakes in one half. Were you ready for that?
No, we weren't at all.
There was double fakes.
You guys got
retaking mid into an exec. I mean, he was throwing everything at you.
We had anti-strat.
Yeah.
And it was nothing like it. I think at like around 7 or 8, or like they're not playing like it says here. Like fuck the paper, let's play.
Yeah, okay. And then that's where you can be more adaptive, not too rigid.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, listen, if you've got questions in the chat, now's the time to ask them.
Last TV.
Yeah, J Legend, who is your favorite legendary player? Why are you playing CS today?
I don't have a player why I play, but I really like Robin Cool. I've been a huge fanboy. We've been boot camping with them. It was really hard to hide that I'm a huge fanboy. I say, oh, hi, Robs. Like, I'm burning inside. Like, it's unimaginable, because like 4 years ago, I was still playing like Face the Premium, and then you see Robs owning everyone. Like, fuck. But yeah, I like Zywo as well. I think he's an amazing player and character as well. He's so funny, and I just like him.
Good choices.
Good choices, except you play nothing like them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're totally different.
Who's your favorite entry fragger?
Oh, Nico.
Nico, okay.
I think Nico doesn't like me because I played with the agent against him in the challenger stage.
Oh, use agent. You used an agent.
I did, yeah.
What? You're not supposed to. I mean, isn't it the gentleman's agreement? I mean,
it was an accident.
Okay.
I completely forgot, and no one said anything during the warm-up, during the first 6 rounds. No one said anything.
Right.
And I didn't realize because I'm used to playing with them.
Yeah.
I was playing in a deathmatch actually, and I was using the agent skin that actually has the smallest head hitbox model. And Hades was in my DM, and Hades was like, "Good shots, but you're using the OP agent." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then he sent me the whole thing about agents' hitboxes being different.
I think they fixed them now, actually.
Yeah, I think this was probably pretty early on with it, but yeah, it kind of opened my eyes to it, and even he called me out for it, so I feel him.
I use the agent blueberries or whatever because he has the blue sleeves, but that's just for skins.
Yeah,
That's the only
same.
reason.
You can match your gloves or your knife, whatever. It's nice.
Yeah.
That's why I play with them.
Okay, so Ponage asks, how much do you do outside of CS? Is most of your time grinding, or do you spend a good amount of time doing other activities?
I am a very one-sided guy. I either do one thing or do nothing.
Yeah.
So I do CS, and my second thing would be my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only balance I have in life. CS and a girlfriend. That's it.
Aww.
I love her, by the way. Mwah.
She's listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's listening right now.
Shouts out to her.
How do you feel about the Swiss system? Obviously, I could have benefited a lot of the teams to pull off upsets. I see a smile on your face already. What are your thoughts on Swiss?
I think it's not bad. Like, it's fair. I mean, maybe it's not the best system to go as in, like, competitively, but I think it's fair. Everyone has equal chances. If you lose best of ones against a lower tier team, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Like, why are you blaming the system?
I mean, you guys are G2 lost a best of 3. You beat NIP in a best of 3. I mean, the best of 3s were the only out for these teams that were ranked, and they still lost them. So I think that's very fair. Okay, I've got a question here from SM. Do you believe that you can win the major? And I know what you're supposed to say. Your org is listening, but what is that percentage chance, or are you even thinking about that? Or are you just going one match at a time?
One match at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Team Liquid, and I think it's a really beatable match. And then next we have who? Wait, it's we have Vitality, so we're not winning the major. So.
Wow, you're counting into the breach out. Why do you hate underdogs?
I don't hate them. It's the stadium, and
He's not an underdog anymore, so he doesn't get the joke.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. That's just all Twitter's been.
I love Into the Breach. And Zyvu's playing like.
Yeah, one of your faves, one of your fave fives.
Lacanus asks, JL, how do you cope with being famous now?
Famous. I'm not famous. I'm still the same dog.
Got that dog in him.
You got the dog in you, man. Okay, here's a good one. We can end on this before we get into the championship bracket. Spectrum S asks, what helps you cope with stress during matches, especially the important ones?
I'm not thinking about what the outcome is going to be. Like, for example...
14-3, that's proof right there.
This game was, like, the most important of my life. You can say it pretty easily. And I think the thought of going to playoffs came across, like, 2 times in my mind. And I think it was just a game that we're supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
And you just treat it as that. You don't think about the outcome or whatever. You just do what you do.
And Gamer Legion, I mean, they didn't beat you like that because they were simply better than you. There had to be a mental aspect to why you lost.
Yes,
yeah.
We lost mentally and we lost ourselves.
Okay.
And today we decided, I'm going to tell you a story.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yesterday, before going to bed, I met the G2 coach, Edward, mental coach.
Mental coach, yeah.
Yes. And I was like, what can I say to my guys to kind of bring down the nerves and help us win the game? And I was like, okay, imagine you, at the rest of the day, like 2 a.m., you lost to NIP. What's your thought process? Oh, we should have played with more balls. We should have been more hyped, and we should have played our hearts out, and have no regrets. And that's what I told my boys. And we played like fucking crazy. That was our best game in our lives.
Wow.
The way we were hyped, it was crazy.
So G2,
thank you.
G2 will have an impact on playoffs, it seems.
And that coach's exclusivity contract has been voided.
But that's actually, you talk to Edward, he's always going to be giving you advice.
Yeah, he's really friendly.
Yeah, it comes up. That's really cool. Okay, why don't we look at the championship stage bracket, enjoy the fact that we've got Apex in here in top 8 right now, and talk about some of these games. So you've already sort of predicted through the matchup. Obviously, Vitality on your side of the bracket, but do you feel like Vitality are the best looking team so far?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
They were really confident. I mean, I played against Heroic, and I also said we lost ourselves, so I think Vitality is our strongest here.
Mm-hmm.
Or FaZe.
FaZe can get stronger and stronger. Is there a chance, so you think that Monty are going to beat Gamer Legion? Do you think that Monty can beat the winner of Heroic and FaZe? Is that...
Yeah. I think they can. I mean, honestly, Monty has been playing great. And they beat Navid 16-2 and Nuke.
Yeah. No, I'm done predicting, so I'm going to let you do that.
How would you characterize Monty's style? Are they similar to you guys? In your eyes?
I think they're similar to us in a way, but also they also play really good CS. They play really reactive, and it's not like random stuff. You push there, you kill there. They do a lot of work behind the scenes, and they improve their game a lot. But they are a team alike because they all have super bright individuals. And I love Sanda Young as an in-game leader. I never thought he could be an in-game leader, but
so
I love
cool
it.
he's an in-game leader now.
Yeah.
This has just been the revenge major. You know, you had Knock getting revenge on NIP there.
Yep.
You had SDY getting the better of Navi and Simple.
Yep.
And then you had one more. You had Acor, Gamer Legion, beating Maus.
Yeah.
So there's like... And Shuhei also beating Maus, too.
Yeah, that's right. It was revenge of the 1-man out or the 2-man out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no beef with no one, so.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well, your story's just getting started. You're going to get some enemies along the way. JL, I want to thank you for coming on. Congratulations again. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and it shows, and I hope that you're going to gain some more fans as we continue forward. I'm going to wish you good luck versus Liquid, even though I only slightly mean it. All right? Thank you guys for listening at home, for watching on Blast.tv. That's it for the Legend stage. That's it for the Challenger stage. Top 8 is set, and now we go into playoffs in the Acor Arena. The hype is real.